Welcome back to another learning video. In today's video, we are going to talk about a very important topic. And this topic is similar to the rounding of numbers. So the topic which we are going to learn is about the significant figures. More or less the rule of finding the significant value of any particular number is same as rounding a particular number to it's a 1 dp 2 dp like this way. But here you have to keep in mind certain rules which are very important. And this topic is a little bit of tricky for students because they don't understand the rules properly, and they think it's same as finding the decimal place value numbers, but it's a little bit of different. So once you'll get the rules very much accurately, then you will be able to find the significant figures in a very less time. Okay, so let's see. So the main important thing over here is you should know the rule thoroughly. Okay, so let's see what the rules of significant figures are. First thing is, what is a significant? Significant means important. Okay, so the first significant figure or the first significant digit of any particular number is the most important digit, and based on that we can say the size. It expresses the size of a number. Okay, so first non-zero digit will be your first significant figure. How? Let's see. Let's see all the rules. So first rule, it says all non-zero integers are significant. Okay, so all the non-zero integers, they all will be significant, they all will be important. Very easy. Second rule, it says zeros that are between non-zero integers are always significant. Okay, now what does this mean? So it means that if the zero is coming between two non-zero numbers, let's say like this way, so these two zeros will be counted. Okay, how you will read? This is 1007. Okay, so if you will not read this, of course it will not be a correct number. Okay, so if the zeros are coming in between two non-zero numbers, so these two zeros will be important, very important. Okay, now let's see the next rule, and it says zeros that comes before non-zero integers are never significant. If the zeros are coming before the non-zero numbers, then they are not counted. For example, let's see, irrespective of how many zeros are coming, whether 1, 2, 3 millions, they will not be counted. So let's see if I am having a number like this way only, 00075. Okay, so how you will read this? It's a 75. So these three zeros will not hold any value, they will not be significant if they are coming before a non-zero integers. Okay, now let's move to the next rule. If the zeros comes after non-zero integers, okay, listen carefully. If the zeros come after non-zero integers and are followed by a decimal point, the zeros are significant. So they are saying that now suppose I have this like this way. Okay. Now these zeros are coming after a non-zero digit. Okay, non-zero integers, but they are also coming after a decimal point, so that's why these two zeros will be counted. So if now suppose somebody will ask you how many significant figures are there, so your answer will be 4. You start with first non-zero, so this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. Now why these two will be counted? Because they are coming after a decimal point, that's why they will be counted. Okay, now let's see the next one. Next we have is, if the zeros come after non-zero integers but are not followed by a decimal point, the zeros are not significant. Okay, now here is a trick. Now what does this say? Okay, if the zeros are coming after a non-zero integer but they are not followed by a decimal point, which means there is no decimal point between a zero and non-zero integers, then those zeros will not be counted, they will not be important. What does this mean? Let's see. If suppose I am having 750, okay, so this zero will not be counted, this zero will not hold any value. So if somebody will ask you how many total significant figures are there in this number, so your answer should be just 2. 1, 2. There are only 2 significant figures in this number. The zero will not be counted. Okay. Now let's see one last rule. If the zeros come after non-zero integers and come after the decimal point, they are significant. Okay, let me read it once more. If the zero come after non-zero integer, if the zero is coming after non-zero integers and come after the decimal point, they are significant. So they means like this way. So I'll write it over here. 75.2003. Okay, now over here the zeros are coming between two non-zero integers and also it is also coming after a decimal point, so this will be counted. Let's see one more. If I have 75.01, so again this zero will be counted because it is coming after a decimal point and also it is coming in between two non-zero integers. I hope you have understood all the rules properly. Okay, if you have not, just go through the videos slowly and you will understand it very well. Okay, now let's see a few examples based on this. So this is a significant figure. If a zeros are coming in the start, so will not get counted, irrespective if there is a decimal point also, it will not be counted. If the zeros are coming in between, then they will in between two non-zero integers, then they will be counted. If the zero is coming at the end of a decimal point, after a decimal point and after a non-zero integer, then this zero will be counted. And also if the zero is coming in between two non-zero integers after a decimal point, then this zero will also hold a value. Okay, these are the rules and we always start from first non-zero integer. Okay, if you want to know significant figures of any particular number, so you start with first non-zero number. Okay, now let's see questions based on this. So first question we have, let's see first question. It says write 4800 correct to one significant figures. Okay, so our first non-zero digit will be first SF. Okay, so my first non-zero number is 4. So to make a changes in this, I will see the second SF. Okay, so this is first, this is second, this is third, and this is first and this is second. Okay, so now to make a changes in the first one, I will see the second one. Now second, it's 8 which is greater than 5. So in this 4 I will add 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5 and all the rest of the numbers will become 0. Okay, so now this is a 1 SF number, one significant figure. Why? Because only 5 is holding a value, the rest all are 0 and they will not hold any value. Okay, now next write 3.26 correct to one significant figure. Okay, so first SF is 3, 2 is second SF, 6 is third SF. So to make a changes in the first SF, I will see second. Now over here I am having 2 which is less than 5. So in this 3. In this 3, I'm not going to add anything. So this 3 will be as it is, and the rest of these two numbers will become 0, 0. Okay. So my answer will be just 3. Okay. Now why will I not put a point over here? Because if I will put a decimal and this 0, 0 also, so these two zeros will be significant. Why? Because they are coming after a decimal point. So now this figure will become a 3SF figure. 1, 2, 3. Okay, but we do not want 3SF figure. We want only 1SF figure. So that's why I will not put this decimal point and these zeros. So my answer will only be just 3. Okay, so this will be my final answer. Now let's see next question. So next we have with us is write 467983 correct to two significant figures. Okay, so if you will see all are non zero digits, so non-zero integers. So what we will do, this 4 will be our first SF, this will be second SF, this will be third, this will be fourth, 5 and 6. Now to make the changes in the second SF, I will see third SF. Now since this is 7 which is greater than 5, so in this 6 I will add one more, so it will become 7. So my answer will be 47, and rest of all the numbers will become 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be my final answer. Okay. Now next, write 0.03887 correct to 1 SF. Okay, so your first non-zero digit, you have to see first non-zero integer. So this 3 is my first non-zero, so this is my first SF. This is my second SF. Now to make a changes in first, I will see second. Now this is 8 which is greater than what? Greater than 5. So in this 3 I will add one more. Okay, so my answer will be 0.04. That's it. I'm not going to add 0 over here. Why? Because if I will add 0 over here at the end, so they will be counted, they will be significant. Why? Because they are coming after a decimal point. After a decimal point they are coming, so that's why we will not put this 0, because then it will become a 4 significant figure. We do not have to give the answer to 4 significant figure, we have to give the answer to 1 significant figure. So that's why we will not put this 0. Okay, now let's see the next question. Next it says write 60.7328 correct to 3 significant figures. So this is my first SF, this is my second, this is my third. Now to make the changes in the third SF, we will see the fourth SF. Now this is 3 which is less than 5. So in 7 I'm not going to add anything. So all the numbers from here till here I'm going to write as it is only. So my answer will be 60.7. Okay. Now let's move to the next one. So next we have with us how many significant figures are there. So we have to just say how many significant figures are there in each number. Okay, we don't have to round them. We have to just say how many are there. So if you'll see over here, all the digits are non-zero. So how many will be there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So your answer should be, it is a 4 significant figure. Now next over here I have 8,000. So first non-zero is 8, and after this these zeros will not be get counted, so this only 8 is significant. So my answer will be 1 SF. Now next 0.241. so first non-zero, so 1, 2, 3. So my answer will be 3 SF. Now next 0.005. So first non-zero is 5. So only 1 SF. Now next 0.02046. So first non-zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. So total is 4SF. I hope you have enjoyed today's learning. It's a little complicated but very easy once you will understand the rules of it. So see the video slowly, especially the rules. Once you'll understand the rules, you will be able to understand the questions also. I hope you have enjoyed today's learning. Do like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and uh, hope to see you in next video. Thank you. Have a happy learning.